Alrighty. Welcome back to High on the Hog. I'm your host, Sar Dillinger, and alongside my dad, co-host John Dillinger, and we got one for you today. Not the best one, not the best feeling. Arkansas, can you find the...
I'm trying to make sure we're on.
Make sure it's
We're on live.
streaming for everybody.
Yeah, it looks like live now.
Hop in there.
Here
Let's
we
see.
are.
We can hear us? All right, we're good. All right, we got another one for you today. Not very exciting this time. Arkansas falls 41-35 against the Ole Miss Rebels in what just feels like it should have been, you know. Absolutely it should have been.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. It felt like we were losing the entire game. The problem is we had set ourselves up perfectly to win the football game.
We had enough.
And we just pulled in Arkansas.
Every time, you know, we were right there around the 20, 25, wherever it was. We had enough time to drain the clock while getting the touchdown.
I was sitting there thinking, oh, no, we're going to score too soon.
Yeah.
Little we've got too much time left on the clock. We should run this down. Never entered my mind that we were about to fumble the football game away.
It crept into mind, but I wasn't expecting a fumble. I was expecting a bad read and maybe an interception or something, just because I know how Arkansas is, and we just refuse to win games.
Unless it was 4th and goal, I didn't see us throwing the ball, so I wasn't thinking interception. But I wasn't thinking fumble either. You know, final score 41-35. We've got the ball down there in the red zone with under 2 minutes left. A touchdown ties it. The extra point wins the game. I was sitting there thinking we're fixing to either win the game or we're going to leave a little too much time and they're going to kick the field goal and win. But I was feeling good. I was thinking, because from an offensive standpoint and a head coaching standpoint, I felt like it was a pretty good game. I felt like Sam did a good job calling his timeouts. Taylor burnt one that we needed, but you get down in the fourth quarter and you've only got 2. He did what he needed to do to force them to kick the field goal and us get the ball back with plenty of time. Bobby Petrino had a great game plan. Taylor did a good job managing the game. We lost by 6. We left 6 points on the field with missed field goals.
Yep.
Of course, they were pretty long attempts. I know one was 51
and 49. I
49.
believe.
Those are makeable, but they're not gimmies, obviously.
Especially for a freshman
kicker. I feel good with what's his name?
Scott
Sterling.
Scott Starzik.
You remember Scott Sterling?
Yeah.
The guy that gets kicked with a soccer ball over and over. I feel good with him at those distances, and obviously Coach Pittman did as well, but he just didn't make them today.
Mm-hmm.
But even at that, you've got a chance to win a ball game, and unfortunate Jaylen Brown, who had played a good game. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Keep your head up. Fumbles happen. It's horrible that it happened
right here for the game-winning drive. I would be remiss if I did not mention how atrocious, and it's not the worst game that's ever been called. The refs were bad today. They were calling stuff for Ole Miss that they refused to call for us, but it's every game. So I'm not saying that's
you're going to get that too at Ole Miss. I don't know what it is about that stadium, and we was giving them props last week for the reaction for the Arkansas State game. We were talking about Ole Miss, how good they do it. Just something about when you're in that environment and that atmosphere. Seems like ref calls go your way, but
yeah, the reffing was not great. But let's be real. Let's be real. Why we lose this game? There's a major problem with Arkansas's defense. It's amongst the worst every single season, and we've been trying for we're doing an instant reaction.
Accurate stats. I said, sorry, let's look up and see what Arkansas's defensive stats.
Every time I refresh this page, I get a different answer. So it's not going to be this, but it's somewhere around there. In 2024, last season under Travis Williams, our defense ranked 100th. Take that with a grain of salt. Somewhere in there. It was not good.
Between 70 and
110. And his inaugural season in 23 was 75th. So your first season, you go 75th, and then you drop, 25 places here to 100th. And this year, it's not looking like we're going to do much better.
Well, he come into this game looking great. Only give up 14 points in 2 games, although give up, some yards and stuff like that. But when we was watching halfway through the first quarter, there had been, 28, 35 points scored, and we were talking and we were all like, it's going to be a shootout. We're going to have the ball.
Yeah, I was thinking we're going to have to score 70 points and have the last drive.
We knew we were going to have the ball in our hands, with the clock running down with a chance to win. And there was a time early in the fourth quarter when I thought Ole Miss was going to pull away on us. Arkansas did a good job with everything but the defense of doing it. And even the defense held them. It's like you can't say, well, they didn't do anything. They was able to hold them to a field goal attempt and a couple times. And then they turn around, though, and they hold us. And so we would never really get able to get that. And then all of a sudden they're out there at the end of the fourth quarter. We do. It's a 6-point game, under 2 minutes. We've got the football down in the red zone. That's what you want. And then you fumble it away.
Yeah.
But to your point, the defense, I said at the end of last year, I wasn't near as high on Travis Williams as a lot of other Razorback fans are. He hadn't showed me anything. I mean, he can rap. He can put up hype videos.
Yeah.
The players love him, no doubt. They love him. But from a scheme-wise and everything, it seems like he blitzes when I don't want him to blitz, and he don't blitz against teams that I'm wanting him to blitz. I mean, like, to me, I don't know. We'd have to go back and, I guess, break down the game play-by-play to know. But my thinking is Simmons is out. You're playing a backup quarterback that's never started at D1 football. Bring the house on him. You know what I mean? Blow him up. Put pressure on him. But to Travis Williams, not to his credit, but, I saw us bringing 6 at times, and we couldn't beat 4 men with 6, So I don't know what the problem is other than we do have a blatant problem on defense with this football team. And if the defense is not going to be very good, then it's going to be hard to be better than 6-6 again this year.
Yeah, I definitely see some thoughts in games changing in our predictions, no doubt, because we have. I can't even count that high how many plays I would assume Ole Miss broke for the big, huge plays. Every time it was like they run up once and then they throw it 45 yards.
Yeah. Coming into the game, we were both ranked pretty high in explosive plays. We were number 4 in the country. They were number 2. And both of us had long explosive plays and stuff, but they had many more. Seemed like, again, I said this. I was talking about an old Alabama game from back in like 2004. Their starting quarterback was out. We were like, all right, they've got their backup. He's never started. He's going to come in. And the dude comes in and is amazing and winds up being a great Alabama quarterback. I wish I could remember his name. It's somebody everybody would know. But their backup, Chambliss, he looked really, really good. I can't believe he's the second best quarterback. What I've seen in their other games that we watched him prep for this, he looked better to me than Simmons.
I don't imagine they're going to keep Simmons as the starter. I know, he's got more experience, I think, but Trinidad Chambliss is a national championship quarterback. Of course that is D2, but he played like an SEC quarterback today. I mean, you could see here 21 for 29, his first ever start for the Rebels.
So he's over 72%.
353 yards thrown today, which is crazy. That's absolutely insane for your first game as a second-string quarterback.
He
for an
was
SEC
much
program.
more sharp hitting his receivers than Talon was. You know, he threw over 72%. Talon was just over 62%. So you're talking about 10 percentage points more accurate hitting his receivers. Talon was throwing high or real short. You know, he was either throwing way over your head or throwing at your feet on a lot of those misses. But again, this ball game wasn't lost because of Talon's.
No, it was not. The offense
percentage
did not lose this game.
I think, even looking at the numbers, it was a great quarterback battle. Trinidad Chambliss had a great game. He come in and did exactly what he needed to do. Still, quarterback to quarterback, I think Talon was a little better, even though he had fewer passing yards, a little bit lower percentage. He had a lot more rushing yards. But both quarterbacks were outstanding. It just comes down to our defense couldn't catch a cold. They couldn't cover up with a blanket, whatever you want to say.
Nothing.
They were out of position lots of times. Man, that one where Austin Simmons come in and, for that one little series down there where Chambliss was hurt, he comes in, they do a shift on their goal line, and he had two wide open. He had a tight end and a wide receiver wide open on the left. He could have thrown either one of them. There wasn't a defender on that side of the field. Everybody was out of position.
It was
on the
crazy.
wrong side of the field.
There was no defense to be shown. I mean, they didn't show up to work today. And, you don't want to start this stuff in the middle of the season. Not the middle of the season, the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But
if Travis Williams is as good as Coach Pittman thinks he is, if he's as good as the players thinks he is, then he needs to make some big-time changes. I mean, you think, okay, they'll go in at halftime, they'll look, see, okay, this is what we're doing wrong, we'll come out and fix it.
Yeah.
They didn't.
No.
So,
that
I don't know.
Our problem is we have great people at coaching or at our coaching positions. We don't necessarily have great coaches. Now, Bobby Petrino is a great coach.
Fantastic. The best in the
Sam Pittman is a great man. He is a fantastic person. He's someone you want to play for.
Man.
He's someone who gets you excited. He's someone who loves the program and the players that like him. But
he's not me that excited.
He's not a great coach. He's a great offensive line coach, but that's not to be seen for our team.
He was that. He doesn't seem to. He's not done it since he's been at Arkansas this last time.
Travis Williams is a great person. He's a good family man, good Christian man.
Yeah.
He is a fantastic person to be around. The players love him. I mean, he gets them excited with these rapping and these hot videos. He's making national headlines doing that stuff. He's a player's coach, not a fantastic coach. I mean, our defense has been atrocious since he's came in. And so you wonder, like, what has to happen with this season for Arkansas to make changes in the positions that need to be made?
Well, there's going to be some changes made for them at the end of this season. If they don't do any better playing defense in the SEC than they did today. Kentucky
held this team to, 21 points?
Yeah, it was in the 20s. I don't remember the final score, but it was a close game.
I do want to say I believe that's because Austin Simmons was the quarterback. If Trinidad was the quarterback for that game, I think they would have blew him out. I don't think Austin Simmons is who Ole Miss needs to go with, but I digress.
So I don't know. Travis, again, I was saying kind of at the end of last year, he's not impressing me that much. You was worried he was going to get a head coaching job, and I told you, I don't care if he does. Defensively, he's not impressed me. I remember when we were bringing him in, he was supposed to have all these blitz packages and all this stuff, and I've just not seen any of it. So we're going to have to do something, change some things, mix some things up defensively if we're going to win, more than 2 or 3 games in the SEC, which is a tall ask. Most people probably predicted us to only win 2 to 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
We predicted us to win, half of our games or more, and this is one that I predicted us to lose in the preseason. This going into the game, I predicted us to win, and at the end of the game, we should have won. Again, we had the ball with the opportunity to win in under 2 minutes after the 2-minute, warning and all that, and fumbled away. We pulled in Arkansas is what we did.
Yeah, so for SEC games, just so everybody is aware, we have, for the rest of our SEC games, Tennessee, who looks really good.
Really good.
A&M,
Tough.
who also looks
Really
good. Auburn,
better than they were
game,
last year.
That's a game that we could play.
Seems to be.
Mississippi State
right
is that game that
you
have to you have to
have
win.
to show up. That's
You've
not a
got
gimme.
to win. LSU, Texas, and Missouri.
I mean, where is 4 wins out of that?
Where is the 2 to 3 SEC games that we are absolutely going to win?
There's none. That's the thing about it. We could lose every one of those games, or we could win half or more. But we're going to have to play much better defense than we did today. Let me thinking about it. I mean, I know it's always draining after a loss. First downs, one team had 29, the other team had 25. Guess who had 29? The Hogs. One team was 9 of 12, the other one was 8 of 12 for third down efficiency. Again, the Hogs better on third down than the other team. Both close. And all these sets are going to be really close. I mean, this was a close game.
It was.
Total yards, one team had 526, the other had 475. Again, advantage Hogs. Passing yards, one team 305, the other 357. That tipped to Ole Miss. Rushing, one team 221, the other team 118. Hogs. Hey. Penalties, one team 7 for 68, the other team 7 for 63. That one tipped Ole Miss. So we had the same amount, but we had 5 yards. So very close. One team time of possession, 33 minutes, 11 seconds. The other one, 26 minutes, 49 seconds. Hogs.
Yep.
Here's the stat that was the difference. Turnovers. One team had 0. The other team had 1.
Yep. Yeah, Jaylen Brown's fumble right there to end the game. I don't want to say his name in case, because it's not his fault.
You just said his name.
It's not his fault because he played a great game and he has played this great season. It's just unfortunate.
That was a good defense.
Drop it.
Here's what it was. Their
defense
ripped that ball out from him as he was going down.
They wanted to win the game.
He was this close to being down. He was this close. Their defense swarms and pulls and rips all the way down, and their defense won the game. Our defense lost the game. That's the way I see it.
Alan Huffman says, last year our defense looked pretty good, and I was excited about what T-Will was doing. I'm hoping that it was a one-game-off night, but yes, there was 11 reasons why we lost, and that would be probably the 11 players on defense, if I were to assume what he's saying there. Yeah. Goodman, losing to Ole Miss isn't as embarrassing as going into OT against the Vols. I don't know about that. The Vols lost to Georgia in
Goodman's
overtime.
A Georgia fan, and shut up. Okay,
I will say
they won.
Tennessee not making that 30-yard field goal, that's a pretty tough way to lose that game. But
I didn't see the end of that game. Is that what happened?
Yeah, they missed a 30-something yard field
Arkansas
goal.
State, they got hosed.
Yeah, straight up.
Had Iowa State at Jonesboro. I was shocked that they come to Jonesboro to play. I think they were ranked number 14 in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas State give them all they wanted, took them down lost by 1 score, but had 2 touchdowns called back off of the board for sketchy ref calls. And here that happens in your house, but again, you're playing a Power 4 conference and they're top 25, and even though it's in your stadium, you don't get that call early in the day. that was a shame.
Rest of the SEC, Alabama takes care of Wisconsin for the second year in a row, 38-14. Oklahoma, wallops
Beat
Temple 42-3.
I watched the end of that Georgia Tech Clemson game. I'm high on Georgia Tech, man.
It seemed like Georgia
exciting to
Tech
watch.
wins by field goal at the last second.
Georgia Tech is the Vanderbilt of the ACC. They're that
every
team
time
that is down at the bottom, but they're getting better, and you root for them. And I wouldn't want to play Georgia Tech if I was in the ACC right now.
Auburn hangs on against South Alabama, 31-15. It's a Sun Belt team, so you'd like a better score there. But
I wouldn't. I'd
South Alabama
like South Alabama to have 31 and Auburn
Missouri
to have 15.
taking care of the Raging Cajuns, 52-10. Georgia narrowly taking the Vols in Neyland Stadium, 44-41. Again, like you said, 24-16 was the final score of that Arkansas State game. Texas did not play very well against UTEP today, 27-10. Watching that game a little bit.
What happened to Arch Manning? I thought he was the second coming of Peyton and Eli and Archie, all three combined into one player.
He's
looks like he took the worst parts of all three of those guys.
He's all three of them. Just all of their left hands is all. And then I guess Arkansas, Ole Miss, 41.
Coming down to the. Looks like they're about to lose to Notre Dame. That's about to be final.
They've got the ball. What they got it on?
13 seconds left.
13 seconds. What's the ball on?
Oh, they're up. They must have just scored.
Oh, they must have, kicked field goal.
Okay.
Or
so
something.
It looks like they're going to beat Notre Dame.
Or no, that's a touchdown. So, they're probably going to win that game, which is who I had to win that game. So, I'm good on that. Vanderbilt went into South Carolina and put the hammer down, or the anchor down, I guess they would say over there, 31-7. And then LSU does take care of Florida 20-10, but Vanderbilt, that's a pretty good game there. Beating the number 11 team at their stadium.
They whipped them.
Yeah.
That is Vanderbilt's home stadium from now on until South Carolina can take it back from them. You don't expect Florida to beat LSU, but Florida, Florida fans, after losing to South Florida, there's going to be pressure on Billy Napier again this year. So, I don't know,
Why do I feel like Florida's 0-2 right now?
No, I think they're 1-2. They beat somebody week 1. I think it might have been another Florida team. They play UCF maybe.
I don't know. For some reason, I feel like they're defeated. Okay, now they're 1-2. They beat Long Island University, lost to South Florida.
Long Island University.
Hey, that's the
like
Sharks.
Business school or something?
It's something out there.
Got a football team? Well, they got Ole Miss as a mascot.
That ain't even right. But so Arkansas, we're gonna have to tighten up on defense bad, because there is a world, let's not be naive, there is a world where we lose. The rest of this schedule is, other than Memphis, I would say there's no way that we lose to Memphis. In my head, I can't make that make sense. But
Alan Huffman said, he's talking about the defense there. Alan, what do you Alan is a positive person. That's Dustin's brother. He is a generally positive person. He's usually, a glass half full kind of guy. Alan, what do you think now with the defense playing so bad? What are you thinking about the rest of the year? Leave us a comment down there. Let me know.
If I'm gonna give an updated pick, I'm going to go through just while we're here and we're having fun and pick. I'm still winning at Memphis.
I think we win, but, it may be a shootout.
I'm taking Notre Dame to pull off.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame's going to beat us.
Tennessee's looking good. I think they win. I do think
going to beat us.
I'm going to take us to win the A&M game since it's at home. I've got us beating Auburn.
Auburn could beat us. I think we'll beat State.
We're going to beat State.
We might beat LSU.
There's
and
a
then
chance
lose to Texas and Missouri.
The only reason I feel good about that LSU game is how they played against Florida today.
But that puts us at 4 to 5 wins.
And I'm taking Missouri because I told you I'd rather die than say Missouri's going to win.
You're taking Missouri?
No, I'm taking the win against Missouri. I'd rather die than admit defeat to Missouri.
At your scenario there, we're 6-6. And you picked us 9-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not looking great. Memphis is about to get locked up by the feds. I wouldn't worry about that. That is true. They've got something going on over there.
Arkansas State had a player with a DWI and got arrested. I hadn't seen that about Memphis, but they're always on the verge of being locked up. But
yeah, is that 6-6?
I mean, they may lock us up next week. Who knows?
3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 4-3, 5-3, 6-3. So I got a 7-5.
You got a 7-5.
7-5 bowl game, 8-5.
So I've got us like 5-7 now, and I had us 8-4.
Yeah. I don't want to throw the season away right now because Ole Miss is a good team. Don't get that mistaken. Ole Miss is a good SEC team, especially under this new quarterback. They're going to have a better season than what they're thinking if they're smart and keep him over Austin Simmons rather than
I don't think they will. I think Lane will go back too, but I think there'll always be there's going to be a quarterback battle. I think as soon as Simmons is as soon as he's back healthy, he'll probably have that starting job, but he may not keep it long because Chambliss looked really, really good.
Yeah.
Go back up, So right now, what's our? We're 2-1.
We're 2-1.
So 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 3-4. Toss up. That's where Fayetteville.
Auburn's not a toss up, man. Auburn's atrocious.
All right, I'm gonna give us 4-4, 5-4, and then probably lose the last 3. 5-7.
Man, the name of the game's High on the Hogs, man. Where are we at now? Come on.
Well, as a live reaction, I'm trying to react.
Yeah, that's the thing
what
about
I'm
the
seeing
show
on the field.
And I'd like y'all's comments later in or now or whatever if y'all like this format of doing a live reaction as soon as it happens, because this is just straight up how we're feeling. I mean, I don't feel great. I feel hurt. I feel like the Hogs have came in here and broke up with me right now because I was high on this game. I was like, I think we're going to win for sure. And although it's not a blowout loss to a bad team, it's a close game with a really good Ole Miss team. It just doesn't feel right because of how bad our defense played. It's just seeing us being able to stop the run at times just for them to throw the ball 45 yards down the field and catch it every single drive. It just demoralizes you, man. I believe we were in trouble defensively. Watching us not being able to stop a one-legged hurt quarterback was very depressing. He did. He went in there for that one play and threw. Just immediately turned around and threw that touchdown drive. And he was.
It was wide. I mean, it was so wide open. He could have threw it.
Couldn't have been any more open from a quarterback who had as much mobility as I would out there. I mean, I'd have more, but he looked like a pirate. I mean, he was sitting there hobbling over to his position, and then that's just bad.
That's demoralizing.
That's bad defense.
I don't even know what to say about that. That was bad defense. And then said they want to watch us watching the game live.
Yeah, y'all don't want to hear nothing we're saying when we're watching these games. Hey now. Hey now.
Why I got to unlock my?
I'm about to say I don't get none of this.
No,
AI
you don't want.
I
mean, it would just there ain't no cussing or anything like that.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's just
we're not real high on the Hogs a lot while we're watching it.
Yeah, and we make a lot of jokes about
it's up and down though. It's probably like most.
I'm always high
fans.
on the Hogs. I still think we're going 9-3. We just got to find a different way to do it.
Well, go back to that schedule.
All right.
Show me where 9-3 is. All right.
Now that I feel better, I feel
feels good.
I'm good on the Hogs.
I'm
back
on the Hogs.
I'm back.
Let's pick this.
I got it. All right. Memphis win easily.
That's easy win.
Notre Dame, they're not in a conference. What are we talking about?
Too.
It's easy. They're not in a conference. They're Catholics. What are we talking about here?
So that's 3. We're 4-1.
We're 4-1. Tennessee, that's a win. I mean, all day long. Joey Aguilar came from where? Like the University of
Rocky Top.
California College of the Blind or whatever. He's terrible. Knoxville's bad stadium, doesn't even hold many people. Texas A&M's garbage. Auburn's atrocious. Mississippi's atrocious.
5-3,
LSU, they can't speak words. How are they?
6-3.
How are they going?
7-3.
How are they going to communicate to each other
All right,
to get
I just
it to
talked
us?
myself back into 7-5.
All right, realistically, we're 2-1,
At best.
3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 8-1, 9-1,
You're going
9-2, 10-2.
10,
We're
10-2 national champs.
We're 10-2
So you
college
went
playoff.
up.
Yes.
You picked us 9-3
Yeah.
to start. Watched us lose. Saw how bad the defenses was, and now you think we're 10-2 going to the national
Yeah, because
championship.
our defense is atrocious, but these offenses are garbage too. So, bad offense versus a terrible
What happens
defense.
if Taylor Green gets hurt?
KJ Jackson, God's gift to mankind, comes in and takes over the program. Here's what I'll say about KJ Jackson. I think he can throw better than Talon. And I just watching him in practices and stuff, I think he makes better reads. I just don't feel as confident in his ability to take the ball at the right time. He's quick and he can
he's
run.
better than Trinidad Chambliss?
No, I would take Trinidad Chambliss. I think Trinidad Chambliss is the face.
I would have liked to have
Ole
seen
Miss.
Ole Miss's third string guy. I bet he was
I thought
good.
that's who it was when he came out, because Trinidad he hurt his hand there and he went out. So when he came back out, I thought it was their third string. I was like, well, let's see this guy throw it for 62 yards and a touchdown pass here.
Yeah.
Hopping back over here, the backup quarterback was hurt as well. We were totally lost on. Yeah, all of their quarterbacks were injured. Ain't no cussing, but I hear my mom screaming at the top of her lungs a lot when they're watching the Dogs. It's hard to be mad at the Dogs because don't they win every game they play?
I don't know.
What we talking
Shut
about
up
here?
about the Dogs.
I hate Georgia. I don't. They're just good. I yell at the TV and my wife says, "Do you really think they can hear you?" Yes.
Yes, they
Tell
can.
your wife
Things.
to listen to this
Listen,
part.
let me tell y'all. Here's the real reason we lost this
Tell
game.
them, because it made me mad.
My wife.
It made me
She's
irate.
sitting on the couch. She's going in and out of a coma, snoring. We're losing. She wakes up, goes to the bathroom.
Her bad omen leaves the room.
All of a sudden, we're back in it. We're scoring. We're holding
Driving
the field
down
goal.
the
We're
field.
driving. She come in at the 2-minute break, and everybody in the living room said, "No, stop!
Yeah.
Go back in there."
And she
And
wouldn't.
she wouldn't. And then
She
we
came,
lost.
sat down,
So
and
Mindy,
then the first play, she comes and sits back down. We fumble the ball
all
and
of
lose the
Razorback
game.
Nation
Don't come at us. It's
is-
not our fault.
is low on Mindy right now.
Yeah, it's Mindy's.
Mindy?
It's Mama's fault. There's no
Mama
doubt
lost
about
it
it.
for us.
She sits down and we fumble the ball. That's all I'm saying.
She's a beautiful woman.
So
but
yes, they can hear you scream at them. It
she was
fuels.
a bad omen today.
It fuels their heart. 9-3, you're not high on the hogs. You're just high. Listen, man, high on the hogs, high on life.
No,
And I ain't got us 9-3. What are you
he
talking
went to
about?
10-2.
9-3's for chumps. We're going 10-2 to the
We
college
ain't.
football playoffs.
I talked myself back into 7-5.
No. We're high on the hogs. Okay, we high
I
on
think
the hogs.
7-5 is pretty high on the hogs.
10
right
and
now
2
after
college
that.
football playoffs. Well, he doesn't like to win unless it's by a lot. I mean, that's everybody's dream. But if you're winning, shut up and sit down and enjoy your winning, because some of us didn't get to tonight. So, yeah. Clip this, take it to the bank, put every dollar you own. College football playoffs. Arkansas is making it 10-2 and undefeated for
He ain't saying what year, though.
2025. Right after this game, starting with Memphis next week when we beat them 73-0, and then rout Notre Dame like they weren't even here.
I don't know about any of that, but
Anything else for them other than, as
September,
always,
September is Life Insurance Awareness Month, and life insurance is love insurance. So buy some life insurance to help somebody that you love, and buy it from me. Shelter Insurance, Dillinger Insurance Agency,
and I'll say this
Arkansas,
about that.
Tennessee, and Missouri.
Even if you don't, with what's going on right now and just death all around everything, even if you don't buy it from him, get life insurance. It really is. It's obviously get it from him because he's gonna help you out.
But if you live in Arkansas, Tennessee, or Missouri, get it from me.
But it really is. It's a big ordeal, and something that you ought to have if you don't want to leave your family with the burden of your loss and the financial burden that comes with that. So
when will we be back? We'll be back, I guess.
well, I mean, we get paid. Somebody pays the lights, and it's Shelter Insurance, Dillinger Agency.
870-578-5900.
They're licensed in 3 different
I
states:
done said all
Arkansas, Tennessee, and Missouri. Thank you, Shelter Insurance, Dillinger Agency, for sponsoring the podcast as always.
If you buy,
I don't think so. I think that might be against the law. You might get locked up for insurance fraud. I'm not quite sure how that works. I'm not a lawmaker.
Hit me up off the books. We'll talk about it.
But yeah, so come back next week. We're gonna. Well, actually, I guess it'll probably be Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll try to get the podcast out. The preview for the Memphis game.
We'll be back high on them hogs.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't
we'll
feel
so
great
high
right
on the
now.
hogs.
I feel a little bit better after my little pick me up. I've talked myself into a little bit of it, but we'll be back with the Memphis preview as we get prepared to go to Memphis for whatever reason, and
y'all help us
bring the
spread
lights
this
down.
video around. Help us grow the channel, like and share it on your social media accounts and all that.
Yeah, I mean, with anybody, your neighbor, your aunt, your dog, just get everybody high on the hogs. And even if you're not a fan of the hogs, watch the podcast because we'll more than likely make fun of your team, and you can enjoy that.
Yeah.
But as always, guys, thank you all. God bless, and go